Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with the final video for the Eye of the World review with Addison and Jenny. Dope book. In this portion of the video, we're going to be going into some predictions as far as things that may be happening in the, later portions of the story of the series. But before y'all watch this, make sure you check out the first part, which is on Jenny's channel, and then come back here and let's get to it.
It is a way that Robert Jordan created this world is when men channel, they go crazy and they do evil things. And so it's whether they want to or not. Like you saw those taint puppets, those dark consultants trying to get him to kill. The general consensus in the world is eventually he will. Eventually he'll give in. So you want to get him before he gives in. Like basically.
Yeah.
And he's like, he seems in the show anyway, he seemed to be doing real well holding off. So
was there a clear indication of the time frame in which they don't think guys can handle it? Because the reason I ask that is Rand breaking the mold so far, or is he still within the time frame of, all right, you still may do some bad things coming up? You're not necessarily, what is it, an aberration? You're not outside of the norm right now.
Yeah.
Or is it kind of hard to answer this?
It's not so much hard. You got to think of it more like the way I always think of it. It's kind of like puberty. Some people do it real fast. Some people do it real slow. And it's just like, like I remember in like when I was in, because boys, you all grow so like suddenly you go away for the summer and you come back and you're like 6 foot tall. Like that's, but some, when I remember in grade 9, there were boys who were shorter than me and there were boys who were like 1.5 foot taller than me. It's not the same for everybody. So you can't predict it. It's just.
Well, I don't think I've reached puberty yet because I still haven't been able to zap lightning out of my hands to call them. So maybe I'm still immature then. I haven't reached puberty yet. One of these days, maybe I might be able to.
Maybe, yeah. I just remember that you would go away for the summer and come back and be like, "What happened? You like you're suddenly so much taller than me." I don't know, boys. It's just weird. You just suddenly shoot up all of a sudden. So, okay. Do you have any, I guess, like final thoughts on the series? Oh, predictions. That's, I guess, what I want to ask. What are your predictions?
Interesting question. There is so twofold. I'll answer a few here. I know Kate has been putting together a prediction sheet that she wants me to kind of answer on some things on. But as far as predictions, I'll just go predictions based off what I've read in this book. Patton Fane's gonna get away somehow, some way. It may be a bloody escape or a brutal escape, or it could just be a sly escape. Alida.
Okay.
Or Elaine.
Oh, okay.
And Rand are gonna meet again.
Elaine, like the Morgase's daughter?
Yeah.
Like okay.
I feel like they're gonna meet again, and then it's gonna be an awkward moment because I feel like Egwene might be in the presence of that. So I feel like that could be a thing. Outside of that, I feel like
Elaine and Egwene and Rand, the three of them will meet together. You think?
I feel like they will. I feel like they'll get caught in the circumstances. You know how Elaine will run up, Rand, how are you? And Egwene will sit back and be like, who is this little junt hugging up on you, Rand? You know what I'm saying? Do I need to go twerk it on my boy back at the Tinkerfield again?
go back, find the traveling people, do a little.
That's a fact. I can take it all the way back now. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Matter of fact, Rand said she wanted to hug her so tight. That's why I got a selfie of me and my boy right here on my phone that you didn't even know I had. But yeah, so I feel like they'll meet again, and the reason I say that is because I forget what the woman's name is who is reading everybody's fortune.
Oh, Min.
But she has. Min, she had a fortune with like Rand and 3 women or something like that. So I still have to find who the other 2 are. So I'm gonna just go ahead and throw Elaine in there. I'm gonna throw Egwene in there, and I don't know who the 3rd one is necessarily. So outside of that, those are my like general predictions from there. I feel like old girl is gonna get off the farm and actually get to marry somebody. You know, the daughter.
Oh, Elsie Grinwell. Allie's gonna be so happy about that. Elsie Grinwell is one of Allie's favorite characters.
Free my girl from the farm, man. Free her from the farm, man.
Yes. Yes.
Free her from the farm, man. Trust her out there in those medieval streets.
Yeah. Indeed. Oh my Lord. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's go character by character. The three boys. Yep. Perrin, what are your thoughts? What's gonna happen with him?
This is an awkward one because he's always comparing himself to Rand, and Rand is sometimes doing the same thing to him. I honestly feel like all three of them are gonna end up being like enemies.
Okay.
But two of them may be on one side, or one may be on one side and two against the other, or they all three may be going against each other. I feel like there'll be a lot of back and forth, friends one time, enemies at one point. And the reason I say that is just going to the book. There's one instance when Rand was kind of having this little situation with Egwene, and Perrin definitely jumped in. It's like, don't talk to her like that. And I was like, my boy, can you politely stay up behind out this situation? It ain't got nothing to do with you, my boy. This is a A-B conversation. You acting like you trying to be A. Is that what you trying to do?
Yeah.
So, but outside of that, I feel like he's going to get more in tune with his wolf side. He'll be less apologetic about it. He'll embrace it more. We already see, well, we didn't see, we heard that he actually ended up killing some people to defend some of the wolves, or to try to protect some of the wolves. So I feel like he'll just fully kind of dive into that.
Let's go Nynaeve. Let's go boy, girl, for no reason whatsoever. Yeah.
I feel like Nynaeve potentially may be, either her or Egwene may be one of the most powerful Aes Sedai ever.
Okay. Oh, ever. Okay.
I feel like potentially they may be up there. I feel like Egwene actually, I can see Egwene having a dark side, like going like dark Aes Sedai.
Oh, okay.
I can see, because I feel like if Rand scars her in a certain way or does her wrong in a certain way, she's gonna be like a scorned Aes Sedai and just going like a revenge. I can see something like that happen. This is like predictions though, so I'm gonna keep it brief. So that was Nynaeve. I threw Nynaeve and Egwene in that one. What she got?
That's fine. Okay, Matt.
My ceiling is very low for this brother. You know what I'm saying? It would be great if he does good things. I'm just curious to see if he'll ever get over this connection with the dagger.
Okay. Yeah.
But as excited as people were to see him with that dagger in the books, like, oh, man, found a dagger, like the comments I was reading, it seems like one of those things that's going to be attached to him for a while.
All right.
Something that he's going to be attached to with for a while, potentially.
Okay.
So ceiling's pretty low on him. I can see him doing both good and bad, not necessarily too far on one side of the fence or the other.
Yeah. Okay. Lan.
My fear, we talked about this in the previous episode,
I know.
is that he's gonna get got one of these videos, or something might happen to Nynaeve and he might go on a blood tour.
Oh, a blood
He
tour.
might go on a blood tour. You know what I'm saying? Because we already know he knows he can get down. It'll also be interesting to see if he can get separated, if he'll actually go back and try to fulfill his life as the king of whatever that was. And if he actually can break his connection with Moiraine. Because as much as I like his loyalty, part of me is like, bro, I want to kind of see you do your own thing a little bit. Like, I hate seeing this brother about to pour his box of cereal. No, man, grits only. And it's like,
but grits are good. Grits are good.
I understand. See, you see what I'm saying? And it's like, and then like he wants to go pick a dandelion. No, I only want tulips picked from this field. You can see like,
I mean, we don't. Moiraine doesn't do that. Like, it's, you know.
Oh, you crazy.
She's not stopping him from picking tulips. She's like stopping him from going after someone when there's a okay, that's something I definitely want to talk about. Moiraine. Okay, first of all, that's your predictions on Moiraine.
She's like a OG. So I feel like OGs always go out. Whether it's Star Wars, whether it's, I feel like she's almost like Obi-Wan.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like she will love her what do you call it? Her interns as much as she can, but she might have to lay one of them down. Like, she's already told us.
Yeah.
Like, if push comes to shove, I will kill one of y'all if y'all go to the dark side.
Yeah.
So I actually feel like she may do that, like at one point in time, or she may die trying to do that.
Yeah.
At some point in time. So those are my brief thoughts on her.
Okay. I could because that was my question. I know you have a lot of issues with Moiraine. I actually queued up this picture just because I wanted to show it to you, because you didn't get to see it last time because my computer melted down. But this is the picture Todd's drawing from the final episode of her listening in on Rand and Matt talking, using her thing. Like, she does a lot of things that are, ethically questionable, like this, for example, or saying,
Oh, for sure.
I will kill you. Do you think she has good intentions? Do you think that her goal is a good one?
Maybe, but when she didn't tell us that Tom was still alive after all this time, then I just kind of threw her good intentions out the window.
We don't know if Tom's still alive. She's just
she said it. She said
I don't think. She said I think Tom is still alive. I think that's what she said. She's not 100% sure.
Hold on. First of all, she's not dumb. I don't think she would say something without, like, her think is like a 85% probably true thing, not a 50-50 thing. Yeah. So I don't know. I think the most interesting thing that could happen is this whole universe getting flipped upside down.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because the Dark One has already told Rand, like, you're just gonna be their puppet. Like, they're gonna have you do whatever they want to do. So the craziest thing is, which I think will be true. I mean, it's kind of like this in politics and other things too.
Yeah.
There's certain groups who claim to be good, but they'll do a lot of bad things in the name of good.
Right.
Which kind of goes to this quote, like, there's no wrong way to do right necessarily. So it would be interesting if if their whole organization, the whole Aes Sedai organization, kind of gets flipped on its head and we start to see some more devious things come from that group or have come from that group in the name of good.
Yeah.
So that'll be my thoughts on that.
Yeah. It's one of the interesting things watching this. Like, my sister, both my sisters watch the show, but I've only talked in depth with one of them about it. She's never read the books. She's only ever watched the show. And she, like, immediately trusted Moiraine and immediately was just frustrated with everybody for not listening to everything Moiraine says. Like, she's trying to save the world. Like, I told her Nynaeve was my favorite character. She's like, Nynaeve was making me so mad. Just listen to Moiraine. Like, she got so angry. And then there's you, who's like...
Let's keep it a bean, though. If we were to take a poll, I feel like most women would like Moiraine.
You think so?
Because of the off their first interactions. Now, whether they fully trust her, I don't know, because, you know, what do they say? A woman's intuition about things, like a woman knows better or things like that. So I feel like most women would. They'll use that with the captain. See, I told you need to listen to women. It's like, come on, bro. She didn't even say Tom. She didn't even tell us Tom was alive. You know what I'm saying? I can't trust her. So I feel like Moiraine is probably the ultimate stick it to a man character type woman.
All right.
I feel like that's what she is for most people. But because it's like, I understand you. This is my thing, and it's interesting because this ties into an episode on Abbott Elementary that I just did a reaction to. I don't question her knowledge about things, but in similar fashion, there's a character in Abbott Elementary for those of y'all who haven't seen those reactions. I'm going to plug that now. Go check them out. They're on the channel.
Yeah.
There's an OG teacher named Barbara. Yeah. She knows a lot of things, but she had an instance where she did not tell why she was doing something, and so the younger teachers went ahead and did what they did. So it's one of those things where show your work. Like, why are you? It's not that I don't trust you, but like sometimes, like, explain it to me. You know what I'm saying? Just don't talk to me like I'm a child. Explain it to me.
Yeah.
And Moiraine definitely does not do that. It's kind of like I'm not gonna repeat myself again.
Yeah.
Jump off the bridge. Just like, but there's sharks down there. Jump off the bridge. It's like, okay.
Okay, so you're not even sure of her intentions. Like, that's the level of mistrust you're at with her.
No. So I'm sure, I'll say this, since Aes Sedai want to play games, they always want to tell you the truth. Yeah. The truth that you may not know. So this is what I'm saying. I'm sure she's doing what she thinks is in the best interest of what she thinks should be done. There you go.
Right. Okay.
That's my Aes Sedai answer for it.
Okay. To be perfectly honest, I think that's the best that anybody can do in life, is do what you think is the right thing. So, okay. But you're not sure that the goal that she's aiming for is the right goal. That, like, you think that she's doing
No.
She thinks she's doing the right thing.
I don't know if I'll say that. I'll say her methods of getting there.
Okay.
May not, because obviously, like, even if you're watching the show, she's not even working with her other Aes Sedai sisters on this mission. Yeah. She's kind of went rogue in that route too.
That's true. That's true.
Even to the standpoint in the show, I think it was kind of indicated, nah, Moiraine, you're gonna stay behind here, with your sisters for a while. You've been out in that field way too long, and then she still find a way to kind of finesse her way out of that situation. She just kind of has her own agenda. It's one of those things where she'll do whatever she thinks needs to be done in the moment, whether it is good or bad, in the name of right.
In the name of or in the name of right, or in the name of what she thinks she has to do. It's I'm seeing again Allie in the chat, and Allie is somebody who picked up these books and immediately was like Team Moiraine. That was who she was, and I picked up book 1 and was like, Moraine's just like the sign. She like points.
Allie, how many books deep are you in, Allie? I need to know whether or not I can ask her a question or not.
No, she's like book.
Oh,
eight, dang! Book 8 now, so you can't ask her anything.
So I can't even ask her, do you still like Moiraine? Because that'll be too spoiler. So
yeah. But I didn't care about Moiraine so much in book 1 now, and I've said this to you a bajillion times now. From the show, I'm thinking about her now so much in the book, and I'm starting to think the reason she's not telling people is she's been working on this for 20 years, and she has like 20 years of thoughts and plans in her head, and you ask her a question, she's like, well, I've worked out every possible iteration of this, and you asked me a question that I hadn't thought of. Like that was, that's kind of the state that she's in at this point, and that's my interpretation. Like everything that she ends up having to do with these kids is not, when you planned on something for 20 years and then you start it and it actually, none of it goes the way you planned for 20 years.
Yeah.
I would imagine that would be frustrating to say the very least.
I feel you.
But that's my, that's my take. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Allie's calling me out in the chat. So sorry. But he can't. You are on book, I think, 8, 10 now. I don't know.
So Allie said something. I'll address this. She said Moiraine is hot, and I will also say Bahausamon was too. How you feel about that? Bahausamon said, I got some people that's already with you. So if Moiraine is hot and Bahausamon hot, what you trying to say? That's all I'm saying. Let me take my brother sip.
That's true.
Take my Kermit sip on that one.
Hotness is not always an indication of moral standing. That is true.
That is a fact.
If only life was like that, where you could just be like, oh, you're hot, you are good. Make life so much easier.
Yeah, let me see them fire emojis in the chat. Drop them fire emojis for me. Oh, that's so bad.
Yes, it's true.
Is there any final questions anybody from the chat wanted to ask?
So Allie is asking, what was the funniest moment from the book, in your opinion?
Okay, good question. Funniest moment, man. It's like so funny. It's been because it's been what like 4 weeks at this point since the last time we read.
Yeah.
Funniest moment, and then I see Shanice has a really good question too.
Yeah.
Funniest moment, I'll say. I'm gonna give a few. Gelb getting trampled was kind of funny.
Gelb, all right.
Gelb getting trampled was kind of funny. Jermaine the Trolloc was funny just because the joke we had with him. Although that was not a thing. So people, Jermaine the Trolloc, what is he talking about? That's not in the book.
Go back, watch episode 1.
That's a fact. Yeah. Go back and watch episode 1 and you'll know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Rand standing up to those white cloaks was funny from an outside perspective, not from a in the heat of the moment perspective.
Yeah.
And Brother Book had a few funny things in the moment. Like his things were funny from the standpoint of like we're in a bad situation and he brings up more bad things can happen. It's like why?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why?
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think is there any other pivotal one that I've missed? I feel like I'm missing a very pivotal one.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of what I would say
because
is the funniest.
Like knowing me, even in serious content, I always find the funny stuff in most everything, even if it's not funny. There could be somebody fully getting mauled by a gator, and like look at the way his teeth are rolling on his face. Like it's like not funny to most people.
I mean, one of the funny lines, although like it's a funny thing in the book, but it was a funny line for me where like Perrin asks Egwene, like, oh, what were you talking about with the Tuatha? And she's like, oh, she was just giving me advice on how to be a woman. And Perrin's like, oh, nobody tells us men how to be men. We just do it. And
Yeah.
And her response is, well, that's probably why you're so bad at it. And I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah. Actually, that reminded me. So another funny moment was when they were in the ways.
Yeah, I knew you were going to call that one out. I knew you were going to call that one out.
When they were in the ways.
Yes.
And then Matt, Perrin pretty much is like, Gwen, what you talking about? You was over there twerking on old boy.
Yes.
And then Matt was like, what about that girl from the farm? It's like, Matt, what are you doing, bro?
Yes.
You were sleeping in the bed with me. You know I ain't do nothing that night. Like, chill out. So that was a funny one. But yeah, so hopefully that answers that question, Alexandra.
Okay.
So Alexandra, I think I added a whole trio on that.
Yes.
My fault.
We just mostly call her Allie, so you can just say. Kate here has
Allie,
a question.
I got you.
Any characters you think will die before the end?
Shoot, I'm gonna put a percentage behind it. I'm going like 40% of the characters that we know and like might get before the end.
So, like,
because, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, like you've said, you have worries about Lan, I think.
Have worries about Lan, and then the fact that, and this is why I say this, because recently I had started the book called Red Rising, and once I heard that there's so many books in this series, people gotta go. Like, they don't have to, but to move a series along, I know this, and this is just book one. Some folks finna get killed.
Okay.
Some folks are gonna get killed, unfortunately. So I feel like 40%. I'll actually say I feel like 20 to 30% of the pivotal characters that were in this book may die before the end of the series.
Okay.
May even die before the end of book 7. But
okay. Do you have any like specific ones that you would
see now you're trying to get me in trouble because I was staying broad about it.
I know. I again, I'm a teacher. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. It's like,
oh man, you really put my feet to the fire. I'm gonna just go rapid fire. I'm gonna go Lan. I'm gonna go Pat and Fane. He gotta go eventually, so I'm gonna put him in there. I'm going to go Perrin.
Perrin, okay.
I'm gonna go Rand.
Oh, Rand, okay. All right.
No. Let me take Rand back. I think Rand will die eventually.
Okay.
See, that's not even. Yeah. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say those two, and I'm gonna say Moiraine and Egwene.
Wow. Okay. Because I was about to say, you just made that like if I was doing like a male versus female pie. Originally, it was all blue. You didn't add any. Okay. Wow. That's pretty brutal. You thinking it's gonna be a horror show? All right.
I think eventually. Yeah. I think eventually it will.
Okay. And then you said you got Shanice's question. Are you going to read book 2 before or after season 2?
And I know a lot of people have asked me this, and to be honest, it's one of those things where I want to think on it, but I'm definitely probably not going to be reading book 2 before season 2. Period. Yeah, so I never definitely probably not going to be reading book 2 before season 2. But the difference with this decision is the fact that oftentimes I'm enjoying things to myself when it comes to literature and books of that nature. This whole community and, collaborating with you and having conversation with other people in regards to this too, kind of is making me realize I probably need to be a little bit more unselfish in that aspect of it. Because it's one of those things where the sharing is caring. I know that's like a ABC elementary answer. I probably would do a poll or something like that and see what the general consistency is from members on Patreon and members from the YouTube community, with the time community, and feel what they would like to see best, and try to get some more solid information from that. So
I do understand. Like, even when it comes to reactions, there are shows that I don't react to because I just want to watch them. Like, I just want to watch this show. I'm not going to react to it. It's a different. Doing content is different than sometimes just enjoying it.
Yeah.
Another question I'm seeing here from Rapunzel. If you could ask or tell Robert Jordan anything, what would you say?
Work on your spelling, brother.
Yes.
Respectfully. Yes. Let me take you to the everyday Negroes education realm. You know what I'm saying?
Doom does not have an H. Doom does not have an H.
For sure. Like, what's up? Like, the dumb thing, what's up with your spelling? You know what I'm saying? What's up with that, man? Have we all had it wrong this whole time and you was right? What was going on with that? That would be my...
Yeah, I actually got the chance to interview an author once, just only one time. Jason Denzel, he wrote this series called the Mystic Trilogy, and in that series, he like for mother, he spelt it. I think it's ma there or something, and I just asked him because I had it like, why did you spell it this way? And he's like, yeah, I don't know if I would do that again if I was writing it again. I just wanted it to be different.
Yeah.
So I don't know, because Robert Jordan did that kind of throughout the series, so I don't know if he would have changed his mind, but Doom does not have an H. Come on. The amount of arguments in the fandom because of nobody knows how to pronounce these words because they're spelled so insane. You could have saved us all a lot of stress. If you
It only makes me wonder how in the world would this brother spell my name?
Oh my Lord. Yes. Put it in the chat.
my God.
How would you
It would
Robert
probably be
Jordan Addison?
How would you Robert Jordan Addison's name?
Yeah.
And I'd be very curious to see
Yes.
what he says about that. So
And of course we've got this question because they all think that each other does this. Who knows the most about girls? Rand, Matt, or Perrin?
I might have to go Perrin because I was about to have a very low blow.
Oh. Oh no. I want to know what your low blow was.
He's befriended him. He's, you know what I'm saying, killed him.
I mean, if that's the standard, I know nothing about men or women because I have not killed anybody.
He knows what they look like. He knows what they look like inside and out. Let me chill.
That's brutal. Oh my gosh. Oh my Lord.
Man.
Okay.
But yeah, I feel like Perrin knows more about women than he thinks he does, just because of the fact that he probably shuts up more than the rest of the two guys do.
That's actually true. Yes, listening is.
He probably he's overthinking himself, but I feel like he actually may know more about women than he thinks he does.
Yeah. I'm just seeing some of these. I had this. These Robert Jordan spellings of your name are truly, truly a delight.
Robert Jordan. They got some. What is some?
Oh my gosh. Dyson of the Way of the Hardy.
Oh my goodness.
Lord.
I wonder what my life would be like that. Do I at least get to kill a few Charlies before I go out with a name like that?
Yes.
If I'm not killing no Charlies with that name, I don't want it.
Did you ever see that Key and Peele sketch with the substitute teacher who doesn't know how to pronounce anybody's name?
Maybe, but I've seen so many sketches like that. I actually know a pretty famous TikToker who has a pretty viral sketch on that too. So I have to go back and see it. But I have seen a lot of Key and Peele's TikToks, and they are hilarious.
Yeah, it's so good if you get to see it. It's Key and no, it's not Jordan Peele. It's what's his name? Key. It's the Key one of it. But it's him with a bunch of white students, and he doesn't know how. Like he's like Aaron and Balake.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good.
I would say I'm not sure if we can highlight this comment or not. But the Schwartz. That's what I was cracking up about. I don't know if we can say that on the stream or not, but it was.
It's unlisted, but yeah. So.
See, the funny, and I was joking with somebody else because I feel like we're one of the cleaner reaction channels.
I know.
But it's like we have to talk about things in a way. We have to talk about inappropriate things without being as inappropriate as the things are. But
I was literally when you pointed out, I was like, Addison, you know this slang, Addison. I get so clean when I talk to you. I keep myself so clean. I know.
Hey. I had to go through high school and middle school too, so
that's true.
Although
and you're a fully adult man. It's all right. It's all right.
Kay said Addison doesn't cuss, but he watches shows with cannibals. I didn't know that we're gonna be cannibals in the show. You know what I'm saying? But again, I probably should have read the description, right?
Yes.
Hey Slick, that's y'all fault. Y'all say, hey Addison, you should check this out, and I just take y'all word for it and go look at it, and lo and behold, we got people eating people and cutting their wives up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't tell me that was gonna happen in Wheel of Time.
None of us knew that was going to happen in Wheel of Time. It caught us all off guard, too.
So Rapunzel has a good one, too, about which city from Eye of the World would you want?
Yeah. Which city from Eye of the World would you want to live in?
I almost mispronounced that sentence. Oh, my goodness. So I would say to Rapunzel's question, live in? Shoot, let me live in a blight.
You really? No.
I mean,
Really?
let me live in a blight, because at least I know ain't nothing sweet. You know what I'm saying? And other villages, it's such a beautiful day, and then a draw comes flying out the sky. At least I can know to always be on my P's and Q's. Let me make me a little fortified hut in the blight. I wake up every morning, got my mind right, knowing it ain't gonna be a good day. So let me have a blight, man.
Wow.
I'll be out there raising the worms.
Yes, you would. I immediately went Tar Valon. You went the blight. We went very, very opposite directions.
No, I'm not finna be up in there without them Aes Sedai.
Yeah, no. I am a woman. It's a little bit easier for me. So
that's a fact.
That's good to say.
Okay, any other thought? Like, we did most of this conversation before. I did want to just do the debriefing. So do you have any final thoughts before we close off?
No, not so much on this. I feel like we talked quite a bit. We've covered quite a few things, even topics that I probably have forgotten at this point.
Yeah.
But no, just another huge thank you to you for your diligence through this series. I know it's been a lot of fun having these conversations with you, editing, the game shows. I understand, like, as somebody who also does YouTube videos, like the amount of pre-work you have had to have done to even prepare for these conversations. I'm just super appreciative of that. And it's just further indication of not only just you, but like how fun it is to kind of be involved in the series and with other people who enjoy this a lot. So yeah, big kudos to you. It was definitely a fun project collaborating with you. So
thank you. I'm glad I'm an emoji right now, although this would also answer that guy who was all like, black people can't blush, because I'm blushing so much right now.
yeah.
And I'm about the same shade as Perrin, as Marcus Rutherford, so you would see how red my face is right now.
No, for sure. Yeah, no, I don't want to go without saying that you definitely put in a lot of extremely hard work, and I don't want that to go unnoticed or unsaid. So
well, thank you for bringing your thoughts to the table. Honestly, this has been such a fun series to do. We'll see what happens with the further seasons and the further books. I know there are people who are lobbying for other things that we could do together, so we'll see what happens. But thank you so much for doing this with us, and yeah, thank you all for joining us in the chat, and we'll see you around.
I get to see one live.
One last dance.
One last dance.
Yes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up the book 1 review of Eye of the World. Hope y'all enjoyed it, man. It's been super fun. But before we get up out of here, man, I do want to give a special shout out to the sponsor of today's video, which is Movie Palette. This is a company that takes a lot of your favorite movies, series, television shows, all of that, and makes some beautiful artwork out of it. If you're watching on YouTube, you can actually see me holding up the Wheel of Time season 1 palette. Has every episode from Wheel of Time. In particular, what you'll see is every primary color of every scene for the episode is put out in chronological order, and we got all of season 1 right here. So if y'all want to shop with them, man, make sure y'all use the discount code everyday15 to get 15% off of your first order. But with that being said, hopefully y'all enjoyed it, man. Y'all let me know in the comments, should we keep going or should I wait until after I actually watch season 2? It's your boy Addison. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next video.